Will it be worth the wait? Hey guys, and welcome back to another Random Distractions Home Theater Update video. As you saw from the title, this is going to be a quick unboxing and overview of one of my latest purchases, which is the Buckeye Amps Purifi 1ET400A amplifier. Not the easiest name to remember, so I had to take a quick look. Before I get to that though, I wanted to mention something that I had to do a little bit of research in order to confirm. I received a comment on the Top Gun video asking if I was getting Dolby Vision when I was playing back the 4K Blu-ray on my Xbox. I thought that I was because when I would put in that disc, I would get the notification that HDR was playing, but it didn't say Dolby Vision. So I started Googling and I was getting some conflicting information, but I finally came across the official Microsoft Xbox page, which confirmed everything. So from the official Microsoft page, the Xbox does support Dolby Vision, but for the Xbox One, that's limited to streaming apps, so like Netflix, for example. And for the newer Series X, it's streaming apps and for games. Unfortunately, for both, 4K Blu-ray Dolby Vision is not supported. Some of you may already know this, but if you're like me that didn't know this, I just wanted to share that bit of sad information. So this has led me to wonder if I should get a dedicated Blu-ray player. I don't own that much physical media, so I'm not sure if it would be worth it. Someone did suggest in the comments the Panasonic UB820, which is cheaper than the UB9000, which is one of the best ones, but still has like Dolby Vision and other HDR formats and things like that. But I had come across these as well myself too, so we'll see what happens. So back to the amp. Kind of like Arundel, I had never heard of Buckeye Amps, but once you start researching into home audio, you start hearing about things that you never even heard or knew about. I found about it from a website called Audio Science Review, and apparently they're small companies that build amps using parts that other bigger companies use as well. And when I say small, Buckeye Amps is just one person by the name of Dylan. Because of this, I had placed my order back on November 9th, but didn't receive it until January 13th, so just a few days ago as of this video. But he's very upfront about, that it does take some lead time for him to put them together since he is just one guy. So I wasn't surprised at all, I just needed to be patient. Which if you are in this hobby, that can definitely be difficult. As for the amp, it is a Class D amp, which from the research that I did, I know in the past it would not get the best reviews, but recently it's been doing a lot better, and the Purifi module, which is inside the amp, has been getting a lot of good feedback. That is one of the reasons that I was driven towards this amp. Some other things are that it can provide a lot of power. So it can do 225 watts into 8 ohms, 425 watts into 4 ohms, and 450 watts into 2 ohms. This will be driving my front stage, which for the Arundel 1961 towers, the recommended amplifier is 350 watts RMS at 4 ohms. And for my center, the 1723S, the recommended amplifier is 300 watts RMS at 4 ohms. So this amp should be more than enough. It's fairly small for all the power that it provides, so it's easy to implement into our living room setup, and light at 6 pounds compared to, even the Emotiva, which is a lot heavier. It's also definitely less pricey than the bigger competitors, which at the time of this video is currently $16.99 for the 3-channel setup. I did have a few questions before ordering and even while waiting for the order, and Dylan, the owner of Buckeye Amps, was quick to respond to all the questions, and so I really appreciated that. And actually, if you read about him in the Audio Science Review forums, he's actually gained a lot of respect from the people there for his offerings. He offers other amplifiers with Hypex modules, which also have gotten good feedback, in addition to the Purifi versions. I'll leave some links in the description below to the forums and to the website. So now to the unboxing. The amp comes in a nondescript brown box. It's packaged with a lot of bubble wrap, and the amp seemed to be fine. It does come with a power cable and a quick start guide page taped to it. The amp itself is pretty basic looking. It has the logo and an LED light on the front. On the top you have some ventilation, which there also seems to be some on the bottom of the amp. On the back you have switches for the gain setting of low, medium, and high, the binding posts, and XLR inputs. You also have the auto sensing trigger or on switch, and finally the power cable input and main power switch. As you notice, this amp has XLR inputs, but the 1140 only has RCA outputs. So I did order some monoprice XLR to RCA cables, which I already labeled left, center, and right. They fit really snugly, and I got the 6-foot versions to make sure that I had enough slack. So this is the amp, and as I said, it looks pretty simple, but despite that, it being light and stuff, it actually feels really solid in the hands. So that's good. Unfortunately, since you saw I had it in my hands, I haven't had a chance to actually hook it up because I do have some follow-up tests that I wanted to do with my current setup. So I want to try to do those before I can get this hooked up, but hopefully I can get to that soon. So stay tuned and see how well it does. Well, that's all that I had for this video. I would definitely appreciate a like, of course, on this one, and make sure to hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when the next one drops. And until then, I hope you have a good one.